A child is born, wrapped in the hopes and expectations of the parents. Such was the case when Alexandra Flynn Scott came into the world on January 18, 1996, in Manchester, Connecticut.
Every parent just pictures their children growing up and being healthy and happy.
That's what we thought about Alex, just wanted her to be happy. Have a great childhood. Be successful in life. She was successful.
A parent's hopes and expectations change quickly with a baby's cry and a mother's intuition.
About 9 months on, I thought there was something wrong with her, and I brought her back to the doctor about, I think it was 11 times in 9 weeks, telling him that I thought there was something wrong with her. And finally, our last visit there, he said to me, "You need to stop treating her like she's sick. There's nothing wrong with her."
A mother's heart is rarely wrong. A few days later, Jay and Liz Scott rushed their little girl to the emergency room. Alex was admitted and taken for an MRI.
And we saw doctors going in and coming out, and nobody would look at us.
So we knew there was something wrong.
And then when they took us into a room, and there was a big table, and they put down a box of Kleenex and said, "Someone will be in to talk to you in a couple of minutes." And you know, it all hit us very hard then.
It was that sense of total panic you get with your kids, like if you've ever lost track of them in a mall or something for even 2 seconds. It was that feeling.
That feeling that your child is lost would hit the Scotts in waves over the coming days and years. Alex spent her first birthday on a surgeon's table, having a cancerous tumor removed from her spine.
And then they came in and said there was a complication during the surgery, and she's paralyzed from the chest down. She's never going to walk again. And that was when it hit me. I thought, oh my gosh, you know, if she survives, what kind of life is she going to have? What kind of life is she going to
have? 4 months after surgery.
At just 1 year old, this is when we get our first glimpse at the spirit and determination of Alex Scott.
Yay. Extreme determination. I mean, she worked out really hard to teach herself how to walk. And she would do it screaming and crying because it was a lot of work.
Good job. Yeah, there you go.
Even though the doctors said she would never walk,
Up to 5. 1, 2.
she did.
That's a girl, yes.
She goes from crawling to standing to walking with leg braces, and then eventually, you know, she walked without leg braces.
Oh my goodness.
But walking wasn't Alex's biggest challenge. The tumor on her spine was neuroblastoma, a rare form of cancer. Despite surgery and chemotherapy, the cancer was spreading.
Alex is in for her 3rd treatment. There's her IV.
The doctors said she wouldn't live long. Alex just kept proving them wrong again and again.
One of the things that you almost becomes part of the treatment is to sit down with the doctor telling you, you know, there's no hope for a cure. And with Alex, you know, she would always pull through. We would call it the sit down. So we had, you know, 8, 10 of those.
Can you look at me?
Right here.
But Jay learned that all doctors are not created equal.
What the heck was it?
After a sit-down, he was told about John Maris, a doctor at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia who was offering hope when others couldn't.
It's like an 11-hour trip from Connecticut to Philly, and she was in awful pain, on morphine around the clock.
After 3 days of a special radiation treatment that few hospitals offer, Alex left CHOP, a different little girl.
Just smiles and laughter, and what are we going to do now? That was an unbelievable feeling.
Alex felt so good, she had an idea.
She said, just randomly, can I have a lemonade stand when I get out of the hospital?
She kept asking, when can I set up the lemonade stand? You know, first it was once a month, and it was once a week, then it was every day. Then finally Liz said, what is it that you want? I can just buy it for you.
When she said, I'm not keeping the money, I'm giving it to my hospital, even then I thought, how cute.
In June of 2000, Alex finally had her first lemonade stand.
I've been wanting to raise money for them for a while. Just
that was my
Right.
The cute idea raised $2,000.
That's when I realized how important it was to her. She said, when she was getting into bed, she was exhausted. And I said, so, what do you think? She said, this was the best thing that's ever happened to me. She was 4 years old.
Soon after that, the Scott family moved to the Philadelphia area so that Alex could get more advanced treatments at Children's Hospital. Alex brought something with her, her dream. And there she was, wearing mittens and a winter hat in front of her Wynwood home on a bitterly cold October day, keeping that dream alive. It was as if she knew she didn't have a lot of time.
Probably by the time she was 4 and she lost Teresa, who was a close friend, she really knew the possibilities of her diagnosis.
She was upset at first, and then she said, I'm going to have my lemonade stand, and I'm going to do it in memory of Teresa.
The story of the little girl with cancer raising money in memory of her friend who died of cancer made the Sunday magazine section of the Philadelphia Inquirer.
They did a full color picture, and they talked about her upcoming lemonade stand, put our home address and our home phone number in there. And by the time she even opened her stand, she had already raised $2,000. And that day she raised about $12,000.
I think that was our first inkling that it was going to be something special then. And people just kept coming and coming. It was unbelievable. Both sides of the roads were lined up, and it was a wild scene.
And things just kept getting wilder.
There's a lot that all of us can learn from her.
National news programs did stories.
Alex Scott is not your run-of-the-mill girl.
The incredible movement she started is continuing.
Please come to my lemonade stand.
National sponsors wrote checks, and national magazines did interviews.
I raise money
For what?
cancer research
And why is that important to you?
because it's helping people.
The little girl with the lemonade stand was becoming a national celebrity.
That's when I think Liz and I realized, whoa, this is really getting big. We need to think about what we're doing here.
But before Liz and Jay could stop to think, Alex told a reporter she was going to raise $1 million.
What's the goal of this year's lemonade stand?
$1 million.
I said, Alex, you're going to raise $1 million. How are you going to do that? And she said, well, I think if everybody has lemonade stands and everybody sends their donations in, we can do it.
A lofty goal for a little girl who was fading fast.
We celebrated her 8th birthday in January of 2004, knowing that it was her last birthday.
She was getting weak, losing weight. We could just tell.
Alex undoubtedly could tell too, but she was on a mission. So when Oprah called, she went to Chicago.
We told her, you don't need to do this, and she said, are you crazy? This is Oprah.
So, Alex, what's the most expensive cup of lemonade you've ever sold?
$500.
So they asked us to give you this check. The check is for $25,000. You make us proud. Thank you, too.
After the Oprah taping, it was to New York.
How you doing, Alex?
For a live appearance on the Today Show.
You think you're doing a lot of good things for people?
Yeah. It makes me feel good that I'm helping people.
An appearance that Alex's father has a difficult time talking about.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. When Alex was doing the Today Show interview, she had just had a lot of radiation to her neck, and she really was having trouble talking until we went to the interview. We tried to talk her out of going, and she said, no, I need to go on.
Alex, will you come back next year when you can show me the $1 million and you can set up a lemonade stand for us here on the plaza again?
Yeah, hopefully.
I think she knew that.
She knew she wouldn't make it back.
Yeah.
That I just can't believe you want to raise $1 million.
It was one of those rare television moments that touched the hearts of everyone who saw it.
Donation.
Today Show said they never saw anything like it because people started handing money to Matt Lauer.
And he said, what should I do? They're giving me money. So the crew said, pass the bucket, pass the bucket. So my sons and I passed the bucket around. We raised about $1,000 in 2 minutes.
And money just kept coming in from children and lemonade stands across America.
My sister, brother, neighbors, and I had a lemonade stand. We were 14,000 and we're giving all the help to you for you to donate to children who have cancer. I am enclosing a picture of our... I hope I help you. We also heard about your cancer. We hope you get well. Relax. The lemonade stand went great. Good luck, your friend. My friends helped me because I wasn't feeling good.
In June of 2004, Alex Scott, with the help of children selling lemonade across America and one big check from Volvo, raised $1 million for pediatric cancer research.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She would, you know, I think during this time she made the lemonade stand sort of her focus. You know, and I think it allowed her to hold on a little longer. She wanted to see her $1 million goal met. She wanted to make one last lemonade stand, which she did.
7 weeks later, on August 1st, Alexandra Flynn Scott died peacefully in her bed at home with her parents by her side.
And the one thing she said to me that really gave me a lot of hope was, she said, "Mommy, can you help me?" And I said, "Yeah, what do you need?" And she said, "Can you help me get over that wall so I can run?" And she could never run. She said it in a good way, like, "Help me get over it so I can run. I want to run."